screen now, and here we are. All right, let's do this. Game 1 of this best of 7. Mentalist here in the blue, playing as the Huns, and then RiuT in the red. Dave, if you want to start with either player and just address the maps, go right ahead.
So immediately what I see from RiuT, I see stone and gold in the back. The berry's in a pretty safe spot, but he's got the lakes in all of his wood lines, basically.
Yeah,
so it's kind of messing up his wood lines. I mean, he has a safe one at the back. I don't know how long it's actually going to take him to find those sheep at the back. They're way, way back there. And his one boar is pretty far forward if Mentalist wants to come and steal. But it's a fairly safe map, but once again the wood lines are just not very good at all.
Yeah, very ugly. I have to agree. It's a good map as far as the golden stones are concerned. It won't last too long once it gets to the castle age, but for early game I think he'll be fine. In fact, I think he did scout the back wood line right away. So, well, he's going to go to the one closest to his TC, but either way, early game he should be fine. I'll go over to Mentalist map now. And Mentalist then has a much better map in my opinion. He has a wood line right above his TC here, quite close. There's no pond in that, so it's much better for him. He has another one to the right. And then there are hills next to both these wood lines. It's going to be much more wood for him if he can lock it down. Also wood to the left-hand side, and there is a stone and gold quite close to his TC there he can utilize. The one awkward thing for him are the hills there. But he's in a little bit of a crater. But I think he could wall this map quite easily. Maybe on the sides, on the front. But we'll see what he chooses to do here. I think Mentalist has a little bit of a map advantage with the exception of the hills. I don't know about you, Dave. What do you think?
I think so too. I mean, his gold is pretty safe. He's got a lot better wood than RiuT has. And that hill, I mean, if he secures it up at the top there, that hill won't really be an issue.
Yeah,
it's just
correct.
where he's going to go forward and secure it. He can also, his deer aren't that far away as well, so if he needs to, he can push the deer as well, which is nice, and RiuT doesn't really have that luxury.
Yeah, I'm not seeing RiuT's deer. Well, they're actually behind his ponds here on the front. He has a lot of deer there as well, so maybe, well, it's still quite far forward to even mill that.
Too far. I think that's too far forward, especially with Mentalist as your opponent, to go with a forward mill.
yeah. I wasn't saying like maybe in the early game. I was saying maybe if you won some fights. Oh, Mentalist is potentially going to lose his scout here. At least going to lose some HP. Lost 6 HP. That was a lot better than maybe could have been there for Mentalist. But RiuT's going to bring that boar in now. RiuT did get the boar in the front. We were touching on Mentalist's map. But RiuT went for the boar in the front first, so it looks like he's going to get his second boar in now and going to get both those boars. And meanwhile, it looks like both players are going to be getting in their boars. Mentalist setting up his economy right now. I'm just looking at RiuT's build order, and he has 3 on wood as well as Mentalist. So I believe both players are going to be going for scouts. However, Mentalist and RiuT, they do different things sometimes, and all these players, of course, adjust build orders on the fly. Mentalist is more known for switching things up. He's just Mentalist, as you would say, Dave. Like, he just does things, and he might just be switching things up on us often during this best of 7, and we might see him go for a man-at-arms. And look actually what RiuT has placed on Mentalist gold. 3 Palisades just to see if he's going to be going to gold for man-at-arms, most likely. I like that from RiuT.
That's really smart. Yeah, it's such a simple thing that can tell you so much about your opponent. And if you're not lazy, you should be doing that, you know what I mean? And he's made sure to take the time and to actually do that, so that's really, really smart.
So RiuT has clicked up. They're both placing up 2 lumber camps right now, presumably to go to scouts. We'll pay attention to both players. Look at the times as well, very similar, same amount of villagers. The Mentalist doesn't look like he's doing anything out of the ordinary.
It's almost as if they are doing exactly the same build order. It's like, one player is playing both sides right now Very,
Yeah.
very similar. They laid down the lumber camp at exactly the same time. They laid down their first farm at exactly the same time. And the barracks now coming up a bit earlier for Mentalist. But
The
he
one thing
hasn't put it at the top of that hill.
that's exactly
Put
what
it
I was
at the
gonna say. He
bottom.
doesn't have it at the top of the hill, and that could be an issue. And also, you know, the left side's still quite exposed. I don't know. We'll see how it plays out. Now, both players are going to be up at almost the exact same time, so we're going to have to watch how the scouts and spears go and where they go. This would be interesting for sure. Neither player lured a deer as well, so going up on similar resources. I think both players had all their sheep as well. So stable going up then for RiuT, stable going up then for Mentalist, and game on. Similar strats right now. So is Mentalist just lacking horsepower? Yeah, he's actually just a little bit behind with horsepower, which is actually going to stall his farms a little bit, which could be a big deal. I believe he built one farm just before horsepower was actually completed. But anyway, those are the small things we're focusing on. We want to just focus on the scouts here. RiuT's going to have, well, he has 2 queued up. He has 1 in his stable already. Now, RiuT's scouting. This is important. Ooh, look at Mentalist with the stone walls.
Yeah, man.
You think he'll complete this?
Gotta defend that, dude. I don't know why he's chosen there to make a stone wall.
Well, if he completes it,
Seems
that's
a
going to be
bit
really nice. Because
aggressive.
it's going to
Yeah.
secure all 3 golds. His main gold, his secondary, and his other secondary or third gold, whatever. That's going to be really nice. And I assume he's going to hold to the hill we spoke of with his scouts and maybe a spear.
Yeah.
His spear is actually going out to
The
protect
spear's
this
going
villager.
over by the stone wall. Yeah, that's smart. But the one thing I notice over there, and it's not going to happen, but you see that cliff? There's a little path and it's blocked by a tree. That tree can be cut and palisaded and someone can go in. It's not going to
Oh,
happen.
yeah.
But that
Yeah,
would
it
be
won't happen.
amazing if that did
Yeah,
happen.
that would
Mentalist
be.
going forward with the scouts now. I don't think they're actually going to see each other here.
Well,
I think he might actually be able to pick off a Vil if he gets around to that wood line.
I noticed RiuT is going for the strong eco approach. He has a lot of farms already, and he's lured in 2 deer now with his scout. So he's doing this in the feudal age, and he has 6 scouts. But, oh, it's interesting because now the scouts are going in from Mentalist, and he might be able to pick off a villager here. He's chasing these villagers back. He's not going to get a villager kill, and it's forcing RiuT to come back with the scouts. So Mentalist does need to be careful not to engage here. He's not going to have the numbers. But Mentalist's going to complete this wall for sure.
Yeah, and RiuT's playing super safe too. I mean, he had already palisade walled his other wood villagers in, and he'll probably go wall the first lumber camp in as well. And he's just gonna sit back and wait for Mentalist. But Mentalist, with the stone walls, has pretty much secured the whole left-hand side of the map. And I think he has to lead these scouts away and wait till he actually completes that last wall, yeah.
Well, he's going to have a couple more of his own here. So he might be able to take a fight on a hill or something, but still he's lacking numbers in this area because some of his military numbers is a spear and then a scout that's not there, so he still needs to wait, and RiuT's sending numbers in. I think RiuT's going to have an advantage with eco quite a bit because he's getting wheelbarrow a little bit earlier and he has an extra villager, and then, of course, Mentalist was walling with 1 villager this entire time. And actually,
And did you
RiuT...
see what he did with the Vil? He went all the way around to avoid those scouts, but I think it still might get picked off. And this wolf has run all the way around the cliffs to go hit the Vil. Oh my god.
Woo 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 woo! But I actually think the Vil will go down here to the scouts, and Mentalist is going to push these scouts back. The Vil, if anything, just allowed the scouts to get a couple free hits in. Now the wolf's attacking the spear, but RiuT's getting bloodlines now. He's going for 2 archery ranges. He might be tempted to take the fight here, but he has a couple weak scouts, and he just doesn't have the numbers. And there's now a wolf train here from Mentalist.
Trailing that spearman? Oh my god. I think
He's going to go for the wolf train
would
here.
have won that fight if he had got the spear into there, but
Yeah.
he should just lead those wolves into the base from RiuT.
Yeah.
Like, just... Oh no.
I was actually... I said good luck to the players before it started. I said, good luck, Mentalist, and Mentalist said, woo 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 woo. So I was kind of hoping he would lure the wolves in there, but he didn't.
He just got bloodlines as well, so they're obviously both of them going full scouts here. I mean, RiuT has bloodlines.
Yeah.
It'll be a true indicator if they get the armor for the horses as to whether like how long they're actually going to commit to this, but I can't see Mentalist staying in feudal that much longer with these stone walls.
Yeah, he's yet to complete them, and there's actually a large gap on the right-hand side he's trying to complete. But he's definitely going for it. I mean, obviously, he's doing a lot of walling here. RiuT's getting fletching, and RiuT's going to be transitioning into archers, which means his castle age time's going to be pretty good. And I'm looking at his food. I think RiuT's going to get up first. I mean, Mentalist he's lost a villager on the front. He's been walling with more villagers as well. And RiuT has 4 extra villagers, and I believe RiuT got Wheelbarrow way ahead of time in comparison to Mentalist as well. And you know what? This gap on the right-hand side, Mentalist is now palisade walling here real quick.
Well, look
so
how
these
much
scouts can't
look
get
how
in.
much wood he has.
Yeah.
He could make 15 layers of palisade walls.
Well, I think he
And I
thought
like
RiuT was going to go in there, and now RiuT's going to have to come back because Mentalist is going in on RiuT's wood line. And remember, RiuT has a very small wood line here.
Yeah. And if Mentalist manages to kill that spear and get in on that gold, he might be able to pick off 2 villagers, 3 villagers.
Yeah, it's
or
really
more
just
if
a
RiuT
matter
doesn't
of...
even notice it. RiuT isn't even
just-
moving his villagers.
Exactly. There's a lot of weak villagers here, and even that'll pay off maybe later in the game because this map is so exposed. I saw 1 villager go down here for RiuT, and 2 villagers go down for
3,
RiuT, and there's 3. This is
4
huge
now.
for Mentalist, and Mentalist is clicked up first. Oh, and another one's gonna go down. This is messy,
Oh
messy
my
stuff. But
goodness.
look at the bottom side. The palisade walls are
Yeah,
down.
he's
There's
in.
archers in, and wow, this is insane. And RiuT's clicked up as well. I will say that next to the wood line of Mentalist, he could maybe wall this in towards the TC, but RiuT's gonna try and get in here, and he might just
Oh,
get in the
he's
wood
in.
line. He's gonna
He's
get
in.
in. Oh
Oh,
wow! And villagers are gonna go
Run.
down. Oh
Run.
yeah, they're all gonna die
But he
here,
might
and
actually
this
wall
is
the
bad for
scouts
Mentalist.
into that little area. He's trying to. He's
Oh,
trying
but
to wall
still,
them in.
still,
Oh, he's
that's a
not gonna
huge
get...
loss
He
for
did wall them
Mentalist.
in. He did wall them in.
He walled them in, but he lost so many
Yeah,
villagers
but
there.
they're walled in. That's the army from RiuT. They're in there. They're stuck. Look at this.
Was it worth it though, Dave? Was it worth it? It's
No,
exciting,
it's not worth it. Obviously,
Yeah.
it's not worth it.
but it's better. I
that
guess it's
wasn't-
better. Yeah, yeah.
It's better than like losing all those villagers and then letting them escape.
They still could escape though. He needs to
I know
be
he's
careful
got to
here.
make sure he needs to.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he's garrisoning the spears on the other side. The scouts are
Oh wow,
toast.
that's pretty good for Mentalist, I will say. He's gonna kill those scouts now, but he did have to make a lot of spears to do that. RiuT is gonna be in the castle age. There's still scouts from Mentalist over on RiuT's side, and remember we talked. I forget who we talked to about this. I don't know if you were there, Dave, but when there's still scouts remaining in the castle age, sometimes they will stop TCs from going up, so we'll have to pay attention to that. And actually, RiuT's gonna go for a TC right now, and Mentalist is there. As I say that, Mentalist could
And he
stop
got
that.
light
He's
cap
got
too.
he's gotten light
no.
cap. He's gonna stop the TC, and RiuT's running away. These villagers, they could go down. There are a couple spears there from RiuT,
gonna kill
but still,
one, I
this is a
think.
huge
He's gonna run
move.
away.
Huge move from Mentalist, even delaying all this.
Yeah.
He's gonna kill 2 actually, and 3. He's gonna kill 3. He's gonna go for this other one. No, he's gonna go back. But huge moves from both players in this game. As wow, this has been a crazy game. Crazy game.
Yeah, for the walling that happened, this has been
Yeah.
really good.
Oh, I
For
know.
the walling. And now it's kind of settling down again. Mentalist running away with those light calves. He did delay that TC quite a bit. He still doesn't have a second TC as of yet, and he's going into knights.
Yeah, the knight choice from Mentalist is interesting. Of course, if you have the walls, if the knights kind of wear off, because, you know, after a while the cav archers mass up from your opponent and they don't work, it's fine, because you can just hide behind your walls, but it's interesting he's going for knights. RiuT is going with cav archers now, and I feel like RiuT, I mean, he has an extra villager here, he's going to have a lot of cav archers, even though his map's
Gonna
so
have a
wide
third
open.
TC as well, but he's killing.
Yeah.
Mentalist killing a villager on the gold there.
I see that, and he
Or
might
it's
get
like
another
that.
one here.
He just wasted them, kind of.
Mentalist is picking off a couple crossbows that were going in on the right-hand side, but Mentalist doesn't have any upgrades for his knights, which is why it's peculiar to me.
As far as laying down a second TC for him, I mean, he's wasting, basically taking all of his stone and putting it into stone walls this
Yeah.
entire game. So
Yep.
I don't know about laying down another TC, and I don't know about taking this fight against the Cav Archers
No,
without
this is
any
good
armor
micro from
upgrades.
RiuT. This is really good micro from RiuT. He's just pulling his units away, focusing down the weak unit, and he's gonna win this fight. Mentalist is,
Yeah, that's a
like you
waste.
said, committed to 1 TC right now, and RiuT's just gonna continue to grow and grow in his economy in comparison, and Mentalist is just continuing to stonewall.
Yeah,
So Mentalist is
this is
committing
just
to
really
a
weird.
1 TC
Really
power play
strange.
here with Huns.
1 TC Knights, and now he has Cav Archers.
And the Cav Archers are getting in. The Cav Archers are getting in from RiuT at the bottom here. We already saw how there's no upgrades from Mentalist. However, there are a lot of Knights and the Cav Archers coming out from Mentalist, so he might be able to push this back. It is
Yeah, but
important
the
for
Cav
RiuT to
Archers
keep
don't
this
even have
open.
fletching. He doesn't even have fletching.
Oh, wow. Hey, he just doesn't have the resources for this.
I guess he can win this fight if he takes it the right way. But
I don't know.
it just
I don't know.
seems really wasteful without any upgrades.
I don't think he can win the fight. I honestly don't think he could. He's just stalling, really, so he can get the walls up. He just is unable to, because RiuT's going to be able to out-micro him with superior units here. The walls are going to go up. Actually, that one piece of stone wall is only on 223 HP, so that's going to go down as well.
Go right through
This is bad for Mentalist. This is really, really bad. It was such an exciting game, but now it's just looking so bad.
And
he's going to stonewall behind. I mean, he has no choice at this point, right? He has to keep walling. He doesn't have a second
It's
TC.
not gonna be in time, dude. This is already
Yeah.
through. I feel it. I feel the GG. I sense the GG coming. And RiuT's micro is just too good. Like he's not gonna lose against unupgraded units. He just got fletching. He doesn't have bodkin. No armor. No attack for the knights. Bloodlines, at least he has. But
Even if
it's
RiuT
just
loses this
really
fight,
tough.
his economy, he's 11 bills ahead at home. You know, he's getting ballistics now. I doubt he's going to lose this fight. He's sending in more Cav Archers, 3 at a time from 3 ranges. And still no defense upgrades from Mentalist on his knight, so he is getting that. But the Cav Archers he once had are gone. And this is bad for Mentalist. He's still trying to stonewall, and he's making a Mangonel, so maybe he can get a big Mangonel shot. But Cav Archers with bloodlines just can tank Mangonel
Oh, and the
shots.
Mangonel came out on the wrong side of the Siege Workshop here, so we couldn't even get the surprise factor.
Ooh, but a good shot
he did get a good
downhill.
shot, though.
Yeah.
But it's not going to do him any good. You know how many knights he's lost against these freaking Cav
I know,
Archers?
it's huge, and I think that
Crazy.
Mangonel is gonna go down. Oof, the villager's actually repairing it, and Mentalist might just push this back or stall just in time to wall this off. It would really be incredible if he was able to stay in this game much longer here, but he might just stall it.
What's his end game though? Like, what is his end game without the upgrades?
He's gotta
He does
gotta
have finally
continue.
the armor for the knights, but like,
He's got to continue with 1 TC at this point, because now he's gonna be 20 vills behind. He can't.
hey, at least
he
he
can't
got
try
the
and
wall up
reboom.
though. At least,
That's
if
true.
nothing else, he got
That's
the
a
wall
small
up,
victory.
and I feel like RiuT is gonna come along and kill the Siege Workshop. I think.
RiuT
But
in this
look,
position
Mentalist
doesn't
going
even need
forward
to
with knights
attack.
now, so.
Yeah, RiuT in this position doesn't even need to attack. He just needs to defend and let his eco win the game for him. Like, he can look at the score and realize that. And right now, RiuT's doing the right thing, and he's spawning his Cav Archers here to where the Knights are going from Mentalist. But Mentalist is getting chain barding, so these units are going to have some upgrades finally. Question is Mentalist going to be able to do the damage with 3 TCs from RiuT? And Cav Archers coming out of 4 ranges now.
I mean, he's already 20 vills behind. He's got 13 military to 41 from RiuT. And his Siege Workshop is going to go down sooner rather than later.
To Cav Archers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and once RiuT's in there, his entire base is exposed, basically. Because he has nothing, and he's not keeping anything over there for defense.
Yeah, Mentalist is just going Knights, and it's just, I don't see it working at this point for him. RiuT is on 4 ranges, gonna be 30 vills ahead shortly. I actually think the Siege Workshop is gonna go down. RiuT is microing this Mangonel. I don't know how he's paying attention to everything at this point, but he is. There is a villager there for Mentalist to repair it, so maybe RiuT will choose to go back and keep his army alive. The Knights are going in and killing a couple villagers underneath the TC of RiuT. And Mentalist is doing what he can right now. Yeah, exactly. And that's...
I mean,
that was costly
he's killed like
for him.
6 villagers, I think. But he lost his entire knight army and he has nothing else.
Well, I think it was still as good as it could have gotten for Mentalist there, to be honest, considering the situation. He's at 54 vills, RiuT's now at 71. He was 20 behind, now he's not quite as far behind, so it's gotten a little bit better for him. But he did lose army that he really can't replace at this point. He can't afford to replace. But he's continuing to send knights out. But it's going to get harder and harder for him as RiuT's just massing the cav archers. And I think we're going to see another TC go up for RiuT. And this is interesting because Mentalist actually has 4 knights there. I wonder if Mentalist can see that. Well, he's running by. He does see the 1 or 2 villagers going to build that. Oh, he's sending one over there to scout. Yeah.
But that's not going to be enough. And
well, he might send the other ones over.
From RiuT here. And villagers coming forward from RiuT. Where are those going? Oh, they're making a mining camp. Okay. No castles or anything.
RiuT should be able to clean that up. Back at the Siege Workshop, RiuT, he's back. He's going to pick off the Mangonel. Yep, he should be able to. Oh, wow. A lot of cav archers going down to that Mangonel. And a lot more cav archers going down to that Mangonel. Wow, Mentalist really getting his money's worth with that Mangonel. But still, he's behind. You think, well, look at the Vill. Look at the Vill count.
Look at the Vill count. Yeah, he's killed a lot. I feel like if he goes forward to that gold with those knights, it's gonna be trouble.
Well,
like,
well, hold on.
Could go down.
Let's take a look at the gold position for RiuT. Is one on the right hand side, and then one forward, and he has like 20 villagers there. Yeah.
Yeah. Other than that, he doesn't have any other gold, so that might be what Mentalist is thinking. Although RiuT is going to Imperial Age, so I think he'll. I don't know. Mentalist might be thinking that he just wants to secure all the golds on the map and just sit behind them.
Look at Mentalist's resources right now. He might click up as well, and though it might be on 1 TC, maybe he could pull it off. I just don't know. RiuT's going to camp on that main gold with his cav archers now, and on the right-hand side, he's cleaned up those knights. Military's 42 for RiuT, 11 for Mentalist. Mentalist did a lot more damage than we initially thought with those knights. He really did. Alright, now I'm noticing RiuT starting to pick up the relics now as well, which is a really good strategy. Get it early. I feel like players wait too long. And actually Mentalist is getting up his own monastery. Probably
he's gonna need those if this goes late though, because like you said, there's 2 golds that he has control of.
Yeah, it's true.
And then there's that one little 3 patch in between his and Mentalist base.
The thing is...
and then... No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, the thing is for Mentalist, it's gonna be really difficult for him, because RiuT has a lot of extra eco. He's at 20 vills ahead now, and RiuT is aware of what Mentalist is doing now. It's like full knights, so RiuT will probably transition at some point into Halb, and that means Mentalist is gonna have to transition into Skirm or some other unit line, and he just doesn't have the eco to get all those upgrades and transition like that. The Mentalist is gonna have, if he's gonna win this game, he's gonna have to do it early Imperial Age, and RiuT's gonna actually hit the Imperial Age first. And he's actually getting a lot of upgrades now, as he's just hit. So I don't know, what would Mentalist do here? What is his play, Dave? Do you think he should just go Cavalier and just try and raid eco?
I think he has to at this point go Cavalier. Just try and defend your own base. But as soon as RiuT gets siege ram, then it's just it's so tough, especially with the cavalry archer mass. But actually, something we haven't looked at, and Mentalist calling the GG now.
Oh,
the kill death for Mentalist was way higher than RiuT. So he did do damage. He just didn't pay attention to his economy really while he was doing it. And
the one Mangonel on the right hand side had to kill like 15-20 cav archers though. At one point, like, it got a lot of good shots off. But yeah, Mentalist seeing the Cav Archer's getting the upgrades, and he didn't even have Cavalier researched yet because he hadn't hit the Imperial Age. He knew it was too late. And that's game one. RiuT taking game one here in this third place matchup. All right, let's take a quick look at the achievements. And military stats, like you said, more kills for Mentalist, actually. But the eco is really what won RiuT that game. And as you can see there, RiuT well ahead. Technology stats also favoring RiuT, mainly because of the extra resources he brought in and villagers as well there. All right, so we're going to see game two shortly. That was a good game one. Like, there was some really exciting sequences there.